Hey guys, hey, it's raining out. I was just working in the rain, so I'm a little wet and quite dirty, so don't mind that. But I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about family. Families are rough. I mean, a lot of people have hard home lives and grow distant from their families. Some of us, actual mileage distance keeps us from our families. Sometimes life just kind of happens and we're busy, and that causes distance from family as well. But I feel like most of us have a longing for family inside of us. And when we don't have that, we miss it. In my opinion, if you have God in your life, you don't need family. You need God, but having family sure is nice, and it's definitely a desire of the heart. So I wanted to talk to you about a family that if you're not a part of, you're invited to. And it's a worldwide family. I know you guys heard me talk about stuff like this before if you followed me on Facebook or anything. And you might think I'm crazy, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about it. And I get choked up. I mean, I'm already getting choked up. That's just how it is. When I talk about spiritual stuff. And this is a spiritual family that I'm talking about. But it's real. Really real. I actually just experienced it today. I randomly met a guy I have never met before. Started talking to him. I was actually inquiring about hunting on his property, and really nice guy. And right away, we had a connection. At first neither of us knew for sure what that was, but I told him who I was, introduced myself. And just said what I was doing. I'm working out of state and looking for a place to hunt for some turkeys and the whole 9 yards. And he looked at me and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I normally don't let people hunt." He said, "But he said there's something about you." He said, "There's something about you." And he said, "If you want to hunt tomorrow," he said, "you can hunt." And I looked at him and I said, "Are you a believer in Jesus Christ?" And he said, "I absolutely am." And I said, maybe that's what you sense. Maybe, because I said, I'm not that special of a guy, but maybe you're sensing Jesus Christ shining through me. And that sparked an hour or more conversation where we got to share our life stories briefly with each other, and just really bonded as brothers. And it's really special to have that. And I've encountered this, around the world, and it's always different, but in a lot of ways the same as what I experienced today. Just bonding with family, and there was an instant trust. I mean, this guy handed me the keys to his 4-wheeler and was like, "Here, you just go." He said, "You go have fun." He said, "You go out on the farm there and you just enjoy yourself." He even went as far as to tell me, "I'm leaving tonight. I'm not even gonna be here." Absolute trust. And he's like, "Yeah, just come back, whenever you want." I'm not that special, guys. I mean, I know I'm a nice guy. I try to be a nice guy, but I'm not that special. I mean, and I just told this guy my past, and I have a pretty colorful or dark past, however you want to say that. And he trusted me. And it's because we're family. And if you're not a part of this family, I encourage you to be a part of it. It's real. I mean, as a believer in Jesus Christ, not only can you find forgiveness through Jesus Christ, but you get linked to his family that is worldwide. And I'm not talking about a family in a church. I mean, unfortunately, some people go to church and have no connection to family whatsoever. I'm not saying it's bad to go to church. Absolutely, you want to go to church, go to church. That's great. But the family of God is not confined to the 4 walls of a church. In fact, I don't attend church regularly, and the gentleman I was speaking with today doesn't attend church regularly. But we still have that family bond, and we had fellowship and prayer together. I mean, we prayed today, just thanking God for everything, and worshiped Christ together as brothers, and it was amazing. I mean, I'm bubbling over with joy, and this often happens when I have these experiences out and about in life. If you aren't a part of this family, please consider it. And I know you think it's crazy probably if you don't believe. You can't see God. We humans, we want to believe what we see, what we can see and what we can touch. That's what we want to believe, or hear it. If I can't hear it, see it, touch it, smell it, it's not real, you know? I mean, that's how we think, but there's more to life than that. And if you really think about everything that you've been through, if you're a young adult or an adult, all of us have been through a lot of stuff, and there's got to be more. I mean, don't you get that feeling that there's more than just you live and die? I mean, that seems so empty. And it is, the concept is empty. So there really is more to life. And, you know, you say, well, how can I believe? Well, at first you got to take a leap of faith. I'll tell you that. As a human, you're always going to have that, at first, you're going to have that doubt, you know, of whether or not this Jesus fellow is really real. Or if this family I'm talking about is really real. You're going to have doubts. So you got to make a choice. You got to choose to step out and say, you know what? Maybe there, you know, maybe I have some doubt, but I'm gonna take a chance here. And you can pray and you say, God, help me with my disbelief, and you know, help me grow stronger in this faith. And step out and make a choice daily to follow Him and to commit your life to Him. And you'll see Him, you know. You'll see Him through other people. I mean, He won't necessarily manifest Himself like physically that you're going to see Him, but the Bible says that God straight out said, I will dwell in them and walk among them. And that's powerful, because like I know where I've been, and I'm not worthy of the Creator of the universe to walk in me or among me. I'm not worthy of that. But that's what He wants, and that's the God that He is. And, you know, when you step out and take that leap of faith, you'll start to see Him through other people. You'll see Him through the tears of other people. You know, I'm a tough guy. I really am. I mean, I've been in third world countries, stalked by other people. I mean, on back streets, you know, alone. And it's some scary situations. And I didn't break down. I wasn't crying. You know, I'm a tough guy. I can handle myself. But when it comes to talking about God, something happens where I just lose control of my tears. And it's not sad tears. It's happy tears or tears of compassion. And a lot of times it's tears of compassion for you who don't believe. And that compassion doesn't come from me. It comes from Christ who dwells in me. See, you're seeking something. I'm not He who you seek, but the one that you seek dwells in me. Okay? So that's where the compassion comes from. So by just watching this video, you are seeing Jesus Christ's compassion for you. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how many times you've been wrong. It doesn't matter how many people have wronged you. He's got compassion for you. And He wants you. All you got to do is just admit that. Just say, you know, God, I'm sorry. Sorry for what I did. Sorry for the wrongs I've done. Come in my life and lead it, because I'm no good at leading it myself. And I tell you that, I certainly am not. I mean, you know, I'm a tough guy, but I'm not too tough to admit that I'm not capable of holding it together. You know, and a lot of you are out there trying to hold it together all on your own, you know. You think you can do this, and sure, maybe you can get through physical life to some extent alone, but you're suffering. You're suffering. You don't need to suffer anymore. You really don't. I mean, and here again, I'm crying, but it's happy tears and tears of compassion. I'm not sad. I had an amazing day today. I'm working in the rain. I'm wet, and it was just awesome. So you got to work to survive, you know, and that's fine. There's surviving and there's living. What I do for a living, that's what I do to make money, that's surviving. But I live through Jesus Christ. I live through the peace and the joy that He gives me in my heart. And just encourage you to join the family. Come on, guys, join the family. Believe me, you won't be disappointed. And there's a lot of love here for you. So, love you guys. Hope my video made some sense to you. And I'll see you on the other side.